which is great to see. And as a fan coming into it, it's awesome to experience just what you can see with the storylines and the players evolving. And I think maybe the biggest storyline yesterday that many were aware of was Team Liquid going down not just one game in a back.
Sometimes it is just a hero team.
Right.
Xing takes him out of the fight, and again, it's a turtle to TRX, and Guangzhou Gaming with a trade as CY gets a tier 1 down below.
Yep, that's all CY has been focusing on for now. And Garcia, the fact that he was really there, the participation he had in that team fight was really massive for True Rippers at least. Oh, was that the... Recall got it, right?
Recall got it, yep.
Okay, he did not even have to get up close.
First match,
at least for now,
India
really trying to minimize this
versus
lead. The damage that you would assume would really be massive right now. It's not really happening just yet, but May is not going to go for the set. Asuna has the Fatal Links as well.
That's been
okay,
waiting for
Jans
TRX
is
to actually
playing
respond to the Fatal Links from May, but the thing is, it's
And
just
also,
Asuna, right? Everybody else who
the
gets caught by
enemy
the
is
Fatal
playing
Links,
Saber.
they're locked down, so
Saber
Asuna can purify and get her his own Fatal Links.
Wow.
But there's just no damage coming through. Meanwhile, Guangzhou Gaming, on the other hand, they have the combos ready. And it's also that disconnect that TRX really got to fix. Rehansha, I feel like at this point, just wait for Asuna to get a set. Wait for the Fatal Links first, then Rehansha can go in with the Wrath of the Giant, or just use it as a counter-engage tool.
Which is, I don't know if it's counterintuitive, because they want to like go for team fights based on their composition, but you want to look for the damage.
This is elimination match, right?
Triple sweep. Eons gets
So if True Rippers are losing, they will lose the tournament itself.
Taking down on Eons.
Oh no, man.
He gets the Finch poise, but it's not enough to
They
keep
have
him
named
alive.
Modi to
Why did he
someone.
walk back?
The XP player.
No.
Did he
Who
not
once
say
sang,
that Modi was
"Don't troll
actually
us
there
better."
too?
Modi got him good.
That was a surprise and very unfortunate for Eons right here, because we were talking about where the damage would come from True Rippers. May?
Good peel by Kimmy, but now he's going to be the sacrificial straight into Modi, back-to-back kills for Guangzhou Gaming's XP laner.
Yeah. So at this point, it's going to be really tough to just stop Guangzhou Gaming in terms of what they want to do now. They're just bursting this objective. Oh, Yansha!
Oh, Xing's still the one who actually claims it now. The Fatal Links locks down Recall. It's going to come but attempts the Blaze. It's a big shutdown for Eons. He picks up the Blaze, but now it's going to be Xing with the help of CY. Perfect match, but now Finch Poise gets him out. Modi getting a killing spree as he goes for a 1v3. Now against Garcia. Still able to survive as well. Guangzhou Gaming now. We're going to siege down a mid lane. A stun coming out on Kimmy, and the Spear of Misery doesn't connect on the wall. Doesn't pin Kimmy. It's just a tier 1 in mid.
It feels so weird to think that the extended team fights seem to be favoring Guangzhou a bit more. Because you would assume that they're very ult-reliant heroes, but at the same time, they have a hero like the Moscow. They have someone to just put out these sustained sources of damage, whereas True Rippers, on the other hand, I feel like it's mostly sustained.
Let's see how
looking for the ways in which they could really clap back. But Rehansha, again, another Wrath of Dryad already committed.
Oh, Garcia in the back already using the flicker as well. Make it go for the Fatal
Garcia.
Recall coming in with the Shuriken. Now the triple sweep on Kimmy. It's a fish crack coming out as Asuna is able to lock him down with the Fatal Links and a Terrify on Recall. It's Eons with the pick. CY with the damage. Now it's Modi. Black Dragon form flanking for the back as Rehansha's going to be isolated for the rest of the team. The Petrified lands for Modi. And he gets the Furious Dive to pick up a Mega. Garcia's all alone. Guangzhou Gaming going to go for the chase. A stun from Xing. Modi trying to cut him off. Garcia, can you get away?
If he actually gets away from this, I don't know, but he won't.
Not connecting, still they got the kill.
It's a killing spree for Xing, and these staggered team fights are just not helping True Rippers at all. You don't really get to see them maximize the potential of their lineup. Even this moment you're seeing right now, it was the Fatal Links that Asuna got, which could have been the turning point. But the fact that they also had to take into consideration that GCG were just so good at kiting, and that there was also a follow-up Black Dragon form punishing Eons. It is just not looking good for True Rippers. They really have to solidify their coordination in this game.
I think in this game it's looking just very tough already. They don't have a marksman. They don't have scaling aside from the lane.
Arey, come on, True Rippers.
Eons can still be a threat later on, but again, with all this CC, with all this lockdown, with all the tanky members that Guangzhou Gaming have, it's going to be extremely difficult for TRX to find another opening here.
Yeah, because maybe you could rely on Kimmy to find the target, but who? Because you don't expect Sai, you don't expect Xing, you don't expect Recall to just be in the same spot at the exact same time. Oh, but they don't know Kimmy's here though. Oh, now he gets spotted. Now they know. Goodness, True Rippers, how are they going to play around this? Kimmy's trying to look for positioning again. But
Oh, that poke.
yeah.
This AI detector literally saved my
Arey,
from
yaar,
almost
these
setting the most
hacks.
obvious robotic sounding cover level. I was about to hit send.
That's why you should watch in live, not after the
The far lane up
streamings.
top as well. Eon shows himself this is a bad time. Guangzhou Gaming know that it's been a bit too quiet for Eons. He hasn't shown himself on the map. Most probably sent up top, so it's them committing onto the neutral
I
objective.
think they
True
should not
Rippers not given a
contest
chance
for
to actually
this.
follow it up. Rehansha
Still
with
they
a flicker in the
contested.
top.
Arey,
Doesn't
yaar.
land on anybody. Now it's Modi. Who's trying to look for
EXP,
capitalization. Oh, furious dive and a
They should not
petrify
contest.
from Modi. The
Wrong
SOD
decision.
lands. May's trying to follow it up, but it will not be taken. Garcia with the recall in that bush. Modi, what? Reads out the position. Garcia's recall has been compromised. And now he's all alone, running again against Guangzhou Gaming.
Oh, okay. This will take a bit of time for True Rippers actually get to track him down. It's only May assigned to do that.
Look at
No,
recall,
Saber will get
triple
possible.
sweep, bang. Fatal links the combo as well. Garcia was knocked up for a whole 2 seconds.
Yep, Ian's is just gonna settle
Nice
with these
split
trades.
push.
This tier 2 up top, but the Holy Shields are looking to go down now, and there's a Black Dragon form 2 coming
Valentina
in
got
from
the,
Modi. But at least
plus.
True Rippers can defend for now. At least for now.
Arey, Rehansha, what is he up to?
Okay, luckily Xing didn't have the ultimate. Kimmy concealed right in front of the faces of Guangzhou Gaming. A pin down as well. The fist back
Barang will lose his... No, he doesn't lose the immortality.
Comes in for Eons, but he gets stunned up.
Ling is going for the
As well as
backline.
a shutdown, but at the
Gets
price
one,
of Eons' life,
falls down.
as CY continues to push in towards this turret.
It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate because even in that last sequence you saw, they had different targets. Each of them. Oh, but they just went in.
Full combo, triple sweep, fatal lanes, furious dive. Kimmy is gonna go down to Modi, and now the Black
Nice
Dragon comes
tough
around
game
again.
took by
Onto Rehansha,
Guangzhou.
the furious dive lands onto Rehansha.
Gaming.
Recall will walk up the SOD as well. Finally, a 3-man taunt that takes Modi down,
What
but
a
it's
play by
Guangzhou
Yuzhang.
Gaming
Nice one,
who
nice
gets
one.
game number 1.
It was just, and you barely did anything. But
Guangzhou.
also at one of the targets.
How could you escape from it? I mean, as Eons, you were the only dude there that could actually make a play, that could actually look. Everything around Garcia is trying to find some compensation in the mid lane, but it's going to be shooed away by Xing and May.
This time, Garcia is
What
doing
a set by May.
Don't tell
Moscow.
me that's all they need to do.
But
And
CY
now
is
you
doing
feel like it's Guangzhou taking control. Because if you take a look at the replay, it was just a single Black Dragon form, the Petrify into the Fatal Links as well.
Arey, what
It was
is
just a
this,
perfectly
Arey?
layered setup
What kind
shown
of
to us by
teamfight is
Guangzhou
this?
Gaming, catching almost every single member who didn't have the Purify either, so there was no way for them to get out of that. They were all crucial members, and you can see them celebrating, but that's a spatial migrate.
that Chinese team is
Spatial
expressive, I
migration
guess.
on May.
Very
Gets away right now.
expressive.
Oh god, Rehansha walks up. The SOD lands
No,
on
no,
Modi, but it's
no,
under the
don't
tier
dive
1.
in.
Rehansha will be caught by the Lantern Flare. That's about it. True Rippers
Takes the middle
back
turret,
in
I
form
guess.
somehow against May.
They are
Able to make
not
it work now. The
letting them
clear
take.
from Guangzhou Gaming onto those turrets, or onto those minions to stop the turret from being taken away.
Once
but
again,
Garcia
Modi goes for
stays
the
true in the
Yuzhang
bottom
only.
lane again on this
But this
Moscow.
time,
Okay,
they
be
sustain.
careful. Gotta be careful,
Zero
especially if
has
you're
been picked.
CY. Okay, Kimmy and Ians are gonna let go of that push though, but it could have been really dangerous. Now we're taking a look at the goal difference. It's not as significant, really, if you take a look at it. I feel like even, or if it weren't for that one play we got to see from Modi as well, this could have been bigger between the XP laners, but I think that pretty much lessened it even just a bit to a certain extent. And now Kimmy, okay, all alone here.
Uh-oh, May's waiting in that bush as well. Conceal already. It's gonna go in. Oh no, Bates out the battle. Requiem the Fatal Links.
What is
It's
this?
right there. Great deal from Garcia. It's a Purify in, a Lantern from the Crimson Beacon, but it's only onto the Roamer. Now the Dragon comes around. Asuna was able to find that trade. Turret down below. The main target for
What is
Guangzhou
up
Gaming
with
as in the
India's
mid-lane
Roamer?
recall. He's
Kimmy.
dealing with Rahansha. Turtle already started by Eons. Picked up already. True
Okay,
Rippers
great trade on
finding the
the
better
turtle.
trade across the board.
Nice distraction.
That took a bit longer than it should have. At least Guangzhou got a turret though, because if they did not, then I feel like True Rippers really got the better trade. It was a turtle that they were able to secure, no contest whatsoever on Eons. And they just took a 1-for-1 trade, if ever that were to be the case. But right now, you're starting to feel how Garcia is becoming a lot more active across the map. He's also a level ahead of Sai, by the way, so I think it's been really great for True Rippers, at least for their laning phase so far. Now we take a look. Already has 2 out of 3 of the Trinity build. It's just slightly behind. But this is... Modi doesn't even have an item just yet. This is a Yu Zhong who doesn't even have an item just yet.
Yeah. It's actually all components. Went for the robe, the Fury Hammer. Now May's looking at Asuna.
Yonj is still hiding.
They gotta be careful. The only
Can he pick
Purify
up
they
on
have is
CY?
on their
No,
main
no,
front
not
liner,
it.
Rahansha. So that's the problem for True Rippers, right? They have to split up. They have to be very careful of this set from May. The one time
Till they got 2
he was able to
turtles.
find that
Let's
set,
see.
it almost guaranteed them that full-on comeback. But luckily, True Rippers were able to find some good
Kimmy
pickups
would
here
have
and
to
there.
retreat
Kimmy,
because
at
they
this
are
point, I
having
think
the
spatial
concealed
migration
play.
on May doesn't even sound too crazy. They might have to deal with him first.
Yeah.
We call with good poke on Kimmy, and it's all about mid-control as Garcia plays that far lane.
Which is great, because I think they're splitting up their positionings a bit more. We see Kimmy really putting himself
Nice push.
and trying to scout wherever
Took the
Guangzhou
second
Gaming
tower
could
of
potentially come from, but
bottom lane
just the same,
from their
seems
side.
like there seems to be a bit more reaction coming from their side. Garcia has had no trouble opening up the map. For True Rippers, they haven't been able to pay as much attention to their lanes.
They're getting ready
and that
for
could
the
be
Lord.
a potential problem for Guangzhou Gaming, especially now that we're looking at the first Lord spawning on the map. And it's the far lane which has been really dealt with so far by True Rippers. Just look at Garcia. They
What
have no
is
idea he's
Garcia
doing
up to?
this, but you know that he just has a really good grasp of what his job is at this point.
He's feeling it. He knows exactly where he needs to be. And Guangzhou Gaming, doesn't it feel like they have a composition to burst this neutral objective down? Oh, May with the fatal links into Kimmy as well.
Okay,
Able to
again
escape, and
Kimmy
now
has
it's
to
all the
retreat.
resources
Yonj
burned.
doesn't have the flow.
Dragon down, the fatal links
But
as well.
still
Garcia
Rahansha
already dealing
will
with
be
the wave
taking
on
the
top
front
lane.
line.
Rahansha knocked him
Recall
off.
is only
Fatal links
focused
from
on taking the
Asuna.
long.
Takes him all
Will
into the
Garcia
wild
join?
Requiem.
Yes,
Now
Garcia
Garcia
joined.
does it all with the SOD, tearing them
And
apart
takes
as
down
Asuna picks up a double.
damage.
And TRX
Goes
take
for
full
more,
control over the
but
game.
doesn't get
Was that
any.
actually worth it? They were only able to zone out Kimmy.
The
Now
turret
they
is
lose
took
tier
down,
1 in
but the
mid.
Lord is
But
with
at
blue
least
team.
Guangzhou have
G
secured
is
the
at G.
objective. But now it's at the expense of almost all their outer and inner turrets. And this is True Rippers, I feel, being much more happier with the exchange. They get so much more map control. They only lose an objective. And now they might also get recall. If it weren't for that one dash, it would have
Rippers,
been
if
really
they lose, they
close.
will
Big spear of misery.
they will
I
be
agree with you.
eliminated
This
from
is
the
definitely not the
tournament.
trade that Guangzhou Gaming were looking for, but it's a trade that they need to take. They bursted. They used all of their resources so early,
Bro is
and they
sweating
couldn't even
the
find
mage.
Kimmy, which led to them having a full commit onto the neutral objectives, right? Because if they backed away, it would have been completely chopped.
No, no.
Spatial migration of the battle
Pick
requiem
on
now on May.
Atlas.
Eon's with
Atlas.
deadly magic.
Atlas
May
will
is
be going
got
down
her.
without
Modi can't find a
using any ult.
petrify. Eon's got away now. The blazing red doing nothing.
The Rahansha in the back.
CY taking low.
Eons
Eon's taken
will
out
be
by
taken.
Modi. But in the back line, it's the
Okay,
SOD.
great trade.
Garcia
The back line is gone.
with a
Great
double. Trying to get that triple. Great Lantern Flare to escape by Xing with the Crimson Beacon, but Modi here, it's just a delayed pickoff. He's going to try
Modi
to buy
will
as
be
much time
getting
as he can
infinite
with the passive procs.
healing if
But it
they
will be
keep on
inevitable.
doing this.
Modi, good night.
Yeah.
Asuna walks up. The Furious dive again. Wait a second.
Asuna gets the drill.
Uh-oh, Asuna with
Asuna
the melee
joins
range
for the
again. That
drill.
was 3 against Modi.
Modi.
Dude, he bought so much time.
He did. That was initially a highlight for Garcia that we were just about to talk about, but
taking
it's
up
been
on the time.
all Modi from that point onwards. He was just sustaining two members at the same time. They had to call in another member from True Rippers just to finally take him down, and that's only being on the Radiant armor as well. But I take a look at this team fight
The
once again,
Cloud's
and
blunder
you
was
kind of
that
worry
he
as
was
to
going
why
for
the Blazing
Uranus instead of the
Blazing
other
Duet
team.
didn't feel like it dealt as much damage as you would expect it to. At this point, you would assume Sai already has the Trinity build in his hand. We can take a look at the items just to confirm whether or not that's actually
Let's
true.
see,
But
True
he
Rippers have
already
the flow
does.
in this game,
It's because these
but it can
frontliners
be
of True
anyone's
Rippers have
match.
gotten such a massive lead. I mean, take a look at that 2,000 gold lead between the XP laners. That Sai is gonna need the Melfic gun before he can actually deal damage or before he can actually see it.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. He walks up. He's doing some damage, actually. But Hansha doesn't have the consecration. That's the main reason for it. Already having to purify out, which means, again, now it's all up to Mei, who has the Fatal Links. True Rippers still got to be very careful. One set can literally set them back.
Yeah. That's also the justice
Can we
also
get to see the
already picked
gold-
up by
gold
Rehansha,
gap?
and not to mention Garcia having the
Individual
Wind
gold
of
gap.
Nature. So I feel like he will be a much more difficult target to deal with for Guangzhou Gaming if ever they do want to find him in the team fight.
There we go. That's the gun.
Okay, finally does or should have a bit more damage. Let's see how Guangzhou eventually deal with this, because
Rehansha is
Garcia is
setting
on
up
the
while
opposite side of the
Moscow
map
is stalling
again.
the top
But
lane.
as mentioned, has the Wind of Nature, so if he does show up in a more dangerous spot,
See
then
why
at
he
least
will
he has
be
a way to survive a bit longer. But it's just
trying
Rehansha
to
holding this down.
maintain
Now
the
there
flow.
goes the Black Dragon 4.
Yuzhong jumps
Zoning
in the
back. Kimi looking for an
battlefield.
opening again with the
Eon
face. Great shit, he
doesn't
finds it, and
even care.
Rico's able to go for it. A retreat
Kimi
straight up
lost
onto
the
the
track.
neutral objective. Nothing
Yuzhong will
Eons
be
could do
backing
to
down.
walk up.
Moscow didn't join the fight.
And Guangzhou Gaming stay
The
afloat
total
in
win
this
for
elimination
G
match
set
while
G.
being a match, or sorry, a game up in the match.
Okay, that was a more step-by-step approach that they took, which is great for them, benefits them a lot, because they had a lineup who could really just be just as strategic when it comes to the objective takes.
This
so you
is a
saw how
literal
they just
elimination
slowly took
match.
control of
Let's
the
see.
Lord Pit. There was a
It's
Black
like
Dragon Force to
really
start things off that was not used as early,
hard
by
on
the way.
both the teams.
So it was just perfectly set
But
up, and the
seems
SOD
like
not landing too
the
allowed
Chinese
for
team has
Guangzhou
the
to just
upper hand here.
commit to the bit. They were not forced to think twice about the engage. Hold on!
Fatal
Purify
links,
use-
but
Purify
Rehansha has
use
the
down
Purify back up.
Uranus.
Nelly Magic comes around. Sai in the back line with the blazing
Claude
duets.
will be
Shuts
taking
Asuna
on the
down.
mage.
Mid
Eons
lane,
can
out
do
of the
be doing
skirmish already.
anything.
Lord
Uranus
still up
will
and
be in the
very
front line.
healthy.
Lord is
Guangzhou
marching on
Gaming
to
are
the
looking
top.
to completely wipe this gold lead from the map.
And that's the Blazing
Okay,
Duet,
the tower will
which
be
dealt
taken
a
down.
lot more damage than we thought. Spatial migration, but Kimi gets bursted!
Immortality is lost. Give me.
Garcia with the Wind of Nature, the Purify
No,
out, but Exie will
nothing
still
is
fall to
happening.
the Deadly Magic. Just a matter of time. Modi almost trying to get that
Okay.
Furious time and the Petrify.
Can they
But
defend?
spaces out perfect, and now it's Rehansha who is holding the Lord. Able to defend for now. The mid lane coming out as well. Modi
Nice
is taken
one.
out by the
The only
core
two
of
remaining on the
Eons.
battle.
They should have went back a bit more earlier, but no!
With a
This
shutdown,
was
the Peter Victory
expected
side!
of Nolan's
Shuts
damage.
Garcia down with
Wrong
the
call
BMI,
by
the
the
blazing duet straight to the face.
Hyper.
So was that bait all along? Were they just setting up for that play? Because as of the moment, it seems like Guangzhou Gaming have gotten back in this siege. They will at least take down one or more turrets down bot. When in fact, you would think that True Rippers already could have just successfully defended it from that point onwards, but that was the play. This was Recall and Sai working together to make it look like it was still Guangzhou getting the better trade.
And True Ripper's worst nightmare is the reality right now. The gold lead is completely gone. Everything they've built from the start of this game to that 14th minute, they gotta try to rebuild it again. But the thing is, Guangzhou Gaming, they have the momentum, they have that far lane control now. They've already taken out some of those win conditions from True Rippers, and they're up a game in this elimination match.
Yep, and the only immortality that True Rippers had too, I think, will be down for a bit longer, because that was on Kimi, and you saw him just get bursted down earlier in that fight. So Guangzhou Gaming, I think there's less to think and worry about, apart from maybe just the Winter Crown for Iyaz and the Wind of Nature from Garcia, if they're just really gonna focus down on these specific targets when it comes to the fight. But I think they're expecting for True Rippers to replicate the same.
Look at Modi. That's a crazy
Yu
position
Zhong
to
is
hold right
hiding
there.
onto the
Ian.
bottom, flies to the
Give me that.
battle.
Find a space migration, but it's only
He
on the
missed
side
down.
with the Purify. First out with the Petrify from Modi.
Again, the Lord has been secured by the blue team.
Lord's recall secured.
Okay,
And
it's
now it's
gone
Rahan
again
Shenvis
for
with all.
True Rippers.
Taken down, bursted out.
It's done,
Everybody
it's done.
from True
The Indian
Rippers
team
taken out of the map.
will not be moving
it's a
further.
massive wipeout for Guangzhou Gaming.
They each had their own plans, creative
it is a sad
angles,
thing, but
plans to
still,
surprise.
it's fine.
But in
The
the end,
talented
it's
people will be
Guangzhou
moving
Gaming
ahead.
who will stay in this tournament.
I can teach you code in Python in just 30 days.
Arey,
You've never written
bro.
a single line of code before. How? Simple. In my
A bitter start to the international debut, to the international run
It's fine.
for
Good
India,
game.
for True Rippers. But it's the
But they
experience that
couldn't
they
win a single
will
match.
bring
That's
back
the
home
main
to
highlight
try
here.
to learn from this beating at MSC. Back-to-back losses up and down below. Guangzhou Gaming, though, from barely missing out to that M7 main stage slot,
Okay, moving on
losing
to the next
in the grand
match.
finals of the wild card, to here time also just slowing
Vamos
It's a
versus
zoning that we
Team
didn't get to
Spirit.
see for some of the games we witnessed yesterday.
I
And
think
now,
the Russian team
they're
is
already
on
putting the
flow here,
pressure
so
onto
Vamos
Sour
might be
Ego.
taking
It's
it.
giving Error 404 all the space to take lethal, to take control of enemy map, and just to get that advantage that they have technically already built up with that first hurdle.
Honestly, the one thing I'm really
Again,
happy
the
with the meta
same
right
kind
now is
of
the way that, you know, the
graphic from
jungle is
Team
intended
Spirit.
to go vertically
They will be
against each
going
other
on
in
the
these
link,
moments. I mean,
while
obviously,
Air
lane is super,
404
super quick,
will
but
be
at the
playing
same
Irara.
time, if you make some decisive decisions,
We
and more
have seen
importantly,
this
you
matchup
actually
again and again.
struggle to
Ling
fight for the
versus Irara.
tempo, you can get first movements in certain parts of the map. And you can tell, with the side laners, they want to keep it as neutral as possible to punish the opponents, but those mid lanes are constantly moving
Will Kid
around.
Bomba be
And that
able
was
to
the
do
reason
anything,
me and
or
you, Gideon, during the
will
draft,
this
were
be a
talking about
corner match?
choke they
Let's
could
see.
set of this Minotaur for Sao, something that could guarantee them mid-prio to rotate around the map. That right now, Vamos have complete control of. Look at this. Error. Oh, double immobilization now with a stun of
But
Law
this
and
is a
Order. The pickup
qualifier match,
straight
so
into Error
the
again.
other team gets to play
Forces the
again.
glorious
So it's
pathway
not a big
defensively.
deal.
Subpot as well with Prio down below. Sour's an after for the retribution. That he does. 18 seconds for the turtle. Vamos. Well, Error also used Retry, so he'll have it quicker.
I think overall, it's all right. At the end of the day, it's no harm, no foul. It's still putting Aaron in a pretty decent position, and at the same time, his retribution is going to come back up
I
slightly
think all my
earlier,
guessing
5
is
seconds
going
with
to
the
go
difference
wrong
between the
for
two.
this
So
round.
let's see how TS is going to delay
I
this.
had
Right?
Gus on Team
Ending.
Spirit, but
Oh,
seems
God,
like Vamos
Zeke
is
so
having
well
the
played,
flow.
but clock on Error 404. The easiest turtle take for him as Bomba's not there to do anything. Sabo thrown back again.
Minotaur will be
Flicker
using
backwards
the
now.
help.
Look at the
Flickers.
puppet. Oh, the muddle's doing damage. They're gonna go for the siege in the mid
They
lane here.
get
Our
the
Ego
turret
is for the
at
Tempest
the
of
enemy
Blaze.
cost,
Still up,
but
pops it
no.
in now, goes for
The
it.
link will be
It's just a
interesting.
clear with the retreat onto the mini waves in the mid lane.
That's good, that's good. We need to make sure that mid tier 1 stays open. Nako, he shouldn't be punished here unless Kid Bomba is willing to flicker for it, but even so, without no get away from me, it's going to be a lot harder for Nako to keep himself alive. That battle spell, so valuable on all fronts. And yeah, as you mentioned, we were talking about initially getting the Cho just to kind of maybe force out Purifies and also have a quicker rotation overall. Every side needs a concussive blast user.
Samo's got no flicker. They want to abuse that fact. Kiko caught on the bonus pathway. Immobilization, but now the Purify's there, but it's immobilized. Delayed perfectly. Siki runs him down with the rest of the team. That's yet another pickoff for Vamos.
This is great. This is great for Vamos, and better yet, you can just tell. It's all not only is it about tempo, but just remembering how long does it take for the Minotaur to get the ult back up. So again, when you are on CD, your opposing team are looking to punish. And so far, Vamos has gotten a little bit more value all across the board in comparison to TS, but it's only a 1.3K. Not the biggest lead in the world for Vamos. We need to see the conversions after Natco gets unlocked.
And instantly after that statement, they find the conversion on the turret up top. Now it's going to give him so much more room to bully and deny farm from Zaur Egoist. Again, you can see Error. He's trying to force his way into enemy jungle, constantly trying to put that pressure while stealing these camps.
Oh, it's about that mid control, and now the dive.
Bomba with a dark wave. Those muddles doing a lot of damage. Lancer player throws it back straight on. Sao has him in his fury. Won't go for it. Hiko doing some damage right now. Sapat's able to pick up the turret down below. And look at the muddles. poking Spirit down, all of them clumping together under this tier 1. Error is gonna get another free turtle.
Luckily, it's Flying Cloud, so unfortunately, despite, forcing the recalls early on, Vamos, they're not done just yet. They want this mid-tier 1.
Bomba can't do anything. He's gonna have to flicker out. Minions Fury knocking him up, but Nako was able to flicker out of safety.
Oh my god.
Sawa with yet another knockup. Now a flicker out for Sawa, but Klonkun is a bit too aggressive. Did not want to use the Crimson Beacon, nor the flicker.
Yep, got punished for it hard, and now they lose tier 1 up top side as well, just because they were so adamant on trying to break this mid-tier 1. Overall, it's not the worst thing in the world, but you can see that at least for Team Spirit, they're not completely out of this just yet. It's a matter of time before they can start clumping up and fighting front to back, which, to be fair, is in Vamos' favor, assuming that Nako has that battle spell up, because he's going to get dove on pretty quickly by Zara Egoist, and that's going to cost some resources.
Sawa knows there's no flicker on Nako, but he has to disengage now. Bomba, no flicker. He's going to be caught all alone, immobilized and isolated. Error 404 picks up his first Sky Piercer stack. Wants a bit more, just a bit of poke on to Sunset Lover.
Auto
Got
click
2 tier
spotted.
1s, top and bot side. They need to get this conversion soon, or at the very least, try and take away that purple buff, which has been a big contestation for the early stages of the game. Luckily for Zara Egoist, he's more than willing to actually use his retribution to secure it every single time, and now he's got a level above Arrow 4-4.
It's so difficult for Hiko to walk up right now. In a 1v1, he should do well against the Melissa, but with Z keep on the high lows, it's almost never 1v1. Sunset caught on the bad spot. Dark Wave Blast. Error is caught. Now the peel for the rest of the team as Error is able to escape as the Tempest of Blades comes in through Zour. Bomba's in the combat, Glorious Pathway, and the Lantern Flare as well. Valkyrie descent coming down as well. Bomba's able to flicker out to safety, but it's going to be the Infernal Pursuit that saves him for a bit. Sapana and Turret taken out as well. Hiko now puts the pressure with the Blazing Duet on Error 404, but he gets away in time still. It's the burn of that glowing wand of Sunset Lover that takes him down.
Good punish, good punish. It should have been a 1-for-1 there. Bit of an overextension so far, but it's not over because so far Nako has been playing one hell of a game. Even when the frontliners start to peel backwards, they don't necessarily escape the danger. And with the get away from me, that's a clear sign we can't go any further than this line.
Zour is still a level ahead. It's 3 turtles to Vamos with so much pressure from Vamos. Yet Zour finds himself in the lead right now. Purple buff not available for him. Retribution CT!
Tank
Seals it
cheating
away
on the lock.
somehow. Bomba's gonna have to run away with no flicker. He pops in the Dark Wave and he goes in for a desperate move, but Seakeep picks up the Lord and a killing spree.
Oh my goodness, that has got to be so upsetting. I mean, I can only imagine, like, especially
I
if you're in
think
Zara
they banned the
Egoist.
Euro,
Oh my
otherwise
god. Yeah, like, he
Klonkun
comes
will be
back.
taking Euro.
I've tried my hardest to try and save it, and I think he might have retreated too early. Let's see it right here.
Oh, he did! Like, it was right on the border. He retreated right as he got... Oh, God.
I hate the fact that this visual indicator, that line is too thick. We need a cleaner line here to know exactly when, or do the smart thing and crunch the numbers because they're looking to siege underneath the inhibitor.
Muddle's placed down. Nako now brings it back. Hiko's gonna be caught by the stun of Law and Order. And the Lord is still very much healthy down below. Vamos are playing this clean siege game against Team Spirit.
This is disgusting. We're used to the sieges coming in from like the Yves, the Farsas, but now when we have Muddles, it's just constantly being thrown underneath that inhibitor. And there's very little that Team Spirit could actually do in these moments. Luckily, at least, with the Lord crashing down on the Holy Shielding side, maybe they've got an opportunity.
Uh-oh. Baba popped in. That shoulder bash a bit too far. He gets
Okay,
out of it.
Bomba is
Dark Wave
done
lands on
for.
everybody. But he gets taken out. Now Klonkun with the Crimson Beacon zoning Hiko away. He has to BMI backwards at the leg.
The
Zour
Freya will be
has to
picking up
handle
on
down
the
below.
back lane.
That's a far lane base turret taken for Vamos.
And
So far, this Melissa
team
pick has been doing
discipline
wonders. Even though it's
backdown.
not picking up the most amount of kills, being 0-4 on those assists is great enough. He's
Cancel
peeled for his
play
frontliners
from
more times than the actual
Team
supports.
Again, it's the Muddles. Onto the back, doing some damage. Just poke and poke. Spirit able to keep
using
their 2
conceal on
base turrets
Minotaur is
alive. But I
crazy.
think for Vamos, it's already a win. They wanted the far lane. They wanted that control. They didn't want Zour to be able to dictate the pace of that far lane. And now he shouldn't be able to.
All right, I think we need a quick item look here. We see the hand cams, everybody, top tier mechanics here. Trying to make sure that they're keeping up fast, but we need to see what they currently have. 3 items already done here for this Melissa. Looking for a Winsome Nature just to keep themselves alive against someone like the Claw, who, unfortunately for Hiko, hasn't completed the Trinity himself. From everybody else, I'm most worried about anybody who wants to go up forward, people like Kid Bomba, because the Ice Queen's wand is completed for Claw Queen, so running away is even harder.
The biggest problem I see right now is the fact that they just don't have enough damage, right? Like, this composition really relies on both Sour and Hiko to be ahead. Sour's doing a pretty good job at keeping things level despite the 3 turtles that Vamos have taken, but Hiko on the other side, because they've been trying to give all the farm to Sour, Hiko has suffered. He's only now finished up the Swift Trinity, and you can see it's almost a 1-item difference here. Natko gonna pick up the Wind of Nature very soon.
Yeah, I mean, as much as Clawkun has already, you know, given his life in weird times, he's still a full item up in comparison to Sunset Lover. I mean, yes, the Lightning Truncheon is always going to be good for that extra bit of damage, but there's so much to stand on Subbot. Unless he gets it on Natko, I don't see it happening.
Sour's gonna try to go for the steal right now, but he's only able to get the pitch. Boys, Kid Bomba flickers out, but there's no one there to help him out. As with the Lancer Flare, bring him back. Subbot right there as well. Glorious Pathway in a massive dark wave, but it won't be enough as Natko cuts him down. And that's enough gold just for the kill on Bomba to get him a Wind of Nature.
They've got the kill angle here. Natko has already completed the Winds of Nature. If Hiko even fully stacked with the Art of Thievery, with the fully stacked golden... wait, hold on. What do they have? They're just trying to muscle their way in.
Oh, Error almost bursted Hiko down.
Still, Claude didn't use Purify. He's waiting for the Atlas ult.
Able to bait for Sour. He goes in for the 1v1 against Error, but the Lord is right there as Claude is able to pick up Sour. That's the 1v1. Sour picking up the kill onto Error. Now goes for Blaze as well. The Blaze comes over for Hiko. But he's able to BMI out of the line order. Now it's Bomba. Respawns back. Sour gets caught in the muddles.
Seems like the
has a jump in front of pursuit onto Natko. The Wind of Nature saving him right now as Bomba's gonna have to jump one more time. Claude's right there. Bomba with the jump again. Now
the Claude is the last man standing. Will he be able to defend? I don't think so. The game number 1 goes to Vamos.
So close.
Let's see game 2.
Opening up this map.
Opening it up against Error 404. Mobilized already.
Like
concentration. And then Sunset Lover with the Crimson Beacon. Still, it's already down.
For both types, but the amount has been taken on Vamos side.
But the all in for Error. And it just works perfectly. Now they go into the mid lane and
this time Savo
at the
goes
same
on
time.
that.
Unfortunate indeed. Honestly, if that Wrath of Gyro was just moved a little bit. Oh, whoa. Subbot might be in some trouble. He just ran out of mana, but luckily he does get his item down. Error, do you really still want to be here?
Hiko's going to be able to steal that one away. Sawa with a perfect match. Gets Error out as well. Team Spirit keeping the gold lead at bay. But Vamos have been outplaying them in a lot of these skirmishes.
It's really interesting to see because, again, a lot of commitment has been given down to this bottom side. Like, even both Kid Bomba and Subbot have been leaving this lane and honestly wasted 2 waves neutrally blowing up in each other's face. That doesn't matter. They've missed out on that little bit of gold, and I think they can be a little more efficient of it. The only problem is that now you're missing that bottom tier 1. You have to deal with Hiko already unlocked from the lane. Double waving now has to be the only way to kind of keep Natko up financially against Hiko.
Now they go back to the same plan. Give Zaur one of the side lanes, and Hiko's gonna have to share with the rest of the team right now. Zaur. I would love to see the items right now to see if Natko is ahead or if Hiko's actually doing better. Fatal Lanes of the Blaze going to come down now. Onto Clawkun. Hiko's gonna stay on him, but he's so tanky.
Not Purify. Atlas ult was used by Valentino, so it acted as a Purify effect. So the win, they almost take for this bet.
A surprising amount of damage. Zipper, pull up the items. We
So
gotta
the
know
top tower will be
where are they
taken
currently
down.
at in their
Ling
power
is
spike.
trying his hard
Subbot
to
doesn't have to worry
clear
about Zara
upon
until
any
he's got about 2
catches.
items down. Until we see that Hoskell and Berserker's Fury, it's gonna be really difficult to win out on a majority of these 1v1s. But let's check out that replay just one more time. Kaziki completely making sure that Kid Bomba and Sunset Lover were not able to capitalize on a pretty precarious situation from Vamos. Worst yet, the SOD connecting to give that extra bit of damage that they needed, luckily piercing through multiple targets.
You can see that frustration, man, from Kid Bomba.
I'd be mad too.
Oh, dude, they spent everything on Clawkun. Subbot just taking Sour to half HP. He might actually solo kill him. Sour with the retribution on the orange buff. Error assassinates Sunset Lover in mid. Now it's all made by Sour with the Wrath of the Dryad. Keeps him at bay. Clawkun! Tempest of Blade Steel gets
This
him
time
away. Error!
he picks up on the Ling take.
Oh my god!
Mirara
He
is being
pulls it
aggressive.
off. I can't believe it. Clockhood, I didn't even think of that angle, but on the fly takes the Tempest of Blades to buy himself the time. And better yet, dashing between two walls to create an awkward interception angle for Team Spirit. Some great creativity here, great mechanical prowess, but Team Spirit,
Easy
they need
turtle.
to scale, and they need to
Bottom
scale
lane will
now
also
because
be
Vamos, they're taking away every single neutral objective. Luckily, this time round, all right, you can have this one purple buff, but let's watch that one more time.
It's Zkeef again with a perfectly timed Wrath of the Dryad. It looked so good for Sawo, but Zkeef's just been better than him across the two games so
Nice,
far.
nice
It's just him
one.
outplaying
Worth
him, and you can
celebrating.
see it, man. From the whole team, they're fired up. They were able to capitalize on
Vamos
that
was the
so
team who
beautifully
took-
well. Now it's another attempt from Natko. Someone's gonna jump in as well. Natko,
Arey yaar, what a play. Natko. Sawo will have to force that ult on him
Can he use it?
and
Does he
goes
even
down
need to?
evenly.
Boom.
D sets.
Bang with his own ultimate. Clock could take Sawo out.
That's crazy. I blinked and I nearly missed the SOD transference. Holy cow. Vamos, they truly are fired up, and I thought maybe it wouldn't apply here at an international,
Just by
but
the
these
margin.
habits have been seen in our
Juicing
local
gets to
leagues.
late.
Vamos, once they feel that momentum,
Kid
how
Bomber,
long can
Kid
they
Bomber
maintain control
got
of
stuck on
themselves?
the loophole.
Hopefully,
Easy
they do
kill for
not
Yara.
overheat because they get a legendary 4-error 404.
Vamos aren't just winning this game, they are stomping Team Spirit. This is a team that has constantly been up there in the top 5, top 6 of international tournaments. Vamos, this is their first for a lot of their players. I mean, Clockhood has that experience from MSC 2024, but everybody else, oh my lord, I suppose to be fair, but yeah, dang.
Even so, I mean, those showings weren't as good as this one, right? They feel more polished, and that's, you know, for me, hard to say for a Malaysian team of this caliber, seeing them, you know, grow up throughout the local leagues, and now seeing the next generation so eager, so hungry to take the win so early on. For now, I think Vamos still needs to check a couple of boxes. Has to
he
be
has
this
been
Lord. They need
taking
that Lord to
Link
start
for all
cracking
of
on
this
through. There's the
MSC.
tier 2 down bot side.
Like
Ideally,
all
they would like to
four
get rid of it,
matches
but
so
you know
far
what?
he took
It's going to take at least
one
2
leader.
Lords to crack them through. The best
I
part
hope to
is
see
that
some
Team
other
Spirit,
assassins
they don't have
from
great
Jaggers.
wave clear. They can delay those waves, but they can't clear it efficiently.
I don't know what to say, Gideon. This game looks completely cooked for Team Spirit. It looks like Vamos is gonna steamroll out of control. Look at that level lead. Again, 3 levels on Error. We got a 2-level lead on Supat as well. Like, Spirit needs to find like a 5-man Fatal Links.
There's got to be something crazy here. As long as Vamos, and especially with Supat, he's making those decisions super easy. He's such a big tank here. He's opening up the map for free, and there's nothing the Team Spirit can do. I'm trying to think of an option. What could they maybe have? They could bait with maybe Sunset Lover and get Zara Egoist in, but that's a really big, risky gamble.
Team Spirit are forced to play inside of their base. No chance to walk up. The Holy Shield's already made it out. Vamos gonna play the clean game. They're gonna freeze up. Maybe. Oh, Natko. Okay.
All for a Holy Shield in.
Okay.
You know what? Hey, here's another freebie. Here's another one. Here's a door gift for you, sir.
You know what? My bad. You know, our bad, right? Like, we should have known. It's Vamos. Like, they're great. They're amazing. It's just, they're Vamos.
Hey, that's
our time.
It's the classic. It's the classic. They gotta at least get one of it in the game at some point. You know, they didn't do it in the previous one. This time around, they're like, okay, we put our stamp, our seal of approval, and now we're back. However, 6.3K lead is still so big. I don't know how they're going to close the distance here, especially if we don't see a steal from Zara Eagle. Oh,
Great
God.
pick, great pick.
Whoa, let's come.
Juicing will be going
God,
down.
they're just gonna go for a legendary.
SOD?
The here are the SOD lands as well.
Moscow
Someone's gonna try to escape
really
right now, but he
joined
gets
the
family
fight.
mobilization. 2-time for the 2-time, and the Fatal Links from Clockhood.
Even
God,
tanks
Air
doesn't mean
4-4.
anything to
He is
Vamos.
just rocking it right now. He is such a devastating force. 9-0-2. Zkeef has also been just the absolute backbone for Air 4-4, just the springboard off of. And I can only imagine the frustration
I'm
from
noticing
Team
the
Spirit
Esmeralda.
with not a lot of options
Like,
left. And even for Hiko, he's level
what was
13.
he doing?
Now with the conceal coming out from the side of Vamos, let's see how they try to close this game out.
Bottom lane. Vamos trying to clear out the waves. He's actually able to do it. Zkeef.
That was
Are we not going to break
wrong
this turret
decision
here? I mean,
from
Zara,
Jeeves.
he's thinking about it. He's thinking about the chase, but it might not be a good idea.
Okay.
Mirara
They
wants
only lose
more
ZQ.
beef.
So
She
far,
will be doing
Vamos
that.
have only lost players with no bounty, right? So there you go. If Error dies, then we have a problem.
Cut to Nako. I'm all 3 and 7, guys. I have nothing.
Oh, Winions!
Nice. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We're really this is oh whoa. Suppot, let's chill for a second here.
Uh-oh. He gets away. Doesn't even need to burn a Purify up top. Ruby Spirit with a trade. They'll finally be able to crack another structure.
This is tough. If you're in Spirit shoes, where do you go to? Obviously, you got to deal with that bottom wave every single time, and only Zara has like a decent amount of damage other than Hiko to kind of like cut through. Oh, whoa.
He's going to damage again. Oh, wait, Error! Oh, in the midst of it all, gets shut down by Spirit. Sour finds it. That's a Wrath of the Giant that lands on 2, but they've lost their main member. Now it's up to Natko to try to carry this fight. Hiko getting caught in a Spear of Misery now.
Hiko
as
doesn't
TS
know what
just
to
pull
do.
it back, and
He will be pushed
that's what
back.
we were talking about. I can't believe it just happened.
Yep, and now Zara is equal
The
level
Lord
to
is
Air 4.
initiated
Obviously,
by
the
Sepot.
economic lead is still there, but this is good enough. The retribution
Kid
are
Bomber
of
doesn't
same
know
value. 10 more seconds
what
until he
he's
has it.
doing.
Sour's on it.
He just
Last
wants
time
to stall
ZQ was
the
able to
mage
steal it
away.
away. Can he do it again? Sour just waiting this time around.
And just
Retreat
like that,
is
Team
good.
Spirit will be
Sour
securing the
wants
first
more.
block.
Takes out the Crimson Beacon. And it's back to Spirit building it up again.
Oh man, Vamos. Unfortunately, may have overheated
They will
on
be
that moment,
securing
that
dates.
one moment that they needed
First
to take
lot,
this Lord and
and
really
it's
just
the
play with that
second
bottom
block.
wave hard shoving. Guardian Helm being purchased by Sawo. He understands that he's getting chunked out way too often and he can't afford to keep recalling 13 minutes into this game. It just takes too long and costs too many resources. At the same time, let's pull up the item list. I want to see where the tanks are currently at, especially for Kid Bomba, right? Because if Suppot was already this far ahead and able to tank multiple people, I would assume that Kid Bomba is finally catching up at this stage, but he's been sticking with the rest of the team. Snow Retreat.
Everybody's here though. Okay. I thought Vamos were going to be able to catch down Egoist, but he has the Finch poise, goes back to the purple buff, takes it as well.
I give myself 24 hours and 1 Envato
no,
subscription to build an
Envato,
entire brand campaign. And honestly, I'm actually...
And Team Spirit will be building the slow push in the bottom lane. Zkeep gets chunked to half
Takes up on
HP.
that
Sunset
plus
Lover looking for the angle again. Sees
The
Error,
Lord will
forcing
be
him back.
pushing on the
Sour
bottom
back
lane.
up top as Error is visible on the map.
So far, no
This is a
clearance.
ridiculous amount of
They just want to
raw respect, not only for Vamos, but even for
protect
the
the
side
mid one.
of Team Spirit. They recognize each other as true competitors here, and I think that
Top lane
Vamos,
is
after that
also
one
having a
mistake,
minion
had to look,
force.
oh, whoa.
Fatal links onto Sawo. Hey, Sawo as well. Takes
Mr.
a shot,
Charles,
survives
Moscow.
with 1 HP. And the Lord will be able to charge in the bottom lane. That's the first tier 2 for Spirit against Vamos this game.
Yep, and with the delayed waves on that top side, they finally break the mid-tier 1 here, but Vamos is trying to make sure they don't get much value.
They're gonna be real careful. Purify out already. Boom. That sets up for Sawo later on with the Purify on down.
Did you see him? Wait, they don't know.
Purple buff taken by Error. But now he's gonna be caught in a bad spot. He's gonna get all in. Oh my goodness! No. Even with the rest of the Triad, Error falls again. And Sour
Team Spirit is
looking for the
getting
angle for
back
the
the flow
assassination device to edge
since
onto
the Lord
Zkeep. The taunt Sour picks up a double. Now when it comes to Blaze, goes in, bang, bang, bang. But he doesn't find that final
So
play.
long
He gets
for
speared
so
to
long.
the face by
Spirit gets
Natko.
They're still trying to hold strong here, but if this inhibitor falls, this is going to be some problems. Hiko, gotta be careful with the penetration.
Hiko is risking it all.
Damage with the nature, baiting him in as Hiko jumps
Hiko
into the
will be
DMI
going
again.
down
Natko responds over with the
without
nature as
taking
well.
the
Support
turret.
now pops in the falling Star Moon. He tries to go for the chase on Kid
Esmeralda
Bomba as
is
the
on
search
the
up top
drill.
falls.
I don't think they can keep on chasing this. They don't
And
have enough
all
damage to
of
actually
them
take out
would
the
back up
frontliners.
for now.
And Sunset Lover is a little too far. They can't do this. No. Without Natko, there's no point for the chase, but they're guaranteeing at least the rest of the members aren't dealing with that top side. And now, 16 seconds left on the clock before that Lord spawns. And unfortunately, Hiko, he might be a little late to the fight. Vamos will take first position.
And now it's back to the building game. Vamos. A 2,000 gold lead. This
game's getting sweaty.
wasn't supposed to be.
But now here we are, right? It's just the raw resilience coming out from EECA. They're not backing out. They ain't giving up. But now Vamos has to play macro.
Uh-oh, Suppot doesn't have to purify for another 2 seconds. Wrath of the Dryad saves him for a bit. Now it's Tep high in place, but Error 404 is able to secure the Lord. That's Suppot out.
Okay, the
Sawo
Lord
with
goes
the
to
fatal
almost,
links on
but
Zkeep. That's an immortality down in the two
The
frontliners.
HP laner has to
taken
fall,
out of the skirmish.
followed by
The timing couldn't be
tank.
worse. The Lord just spawns as soon as he goes down. Great play overall as they take their time. They need to make sure that this Lord counts, but I think that even Vamos understands the team fight has now come to a point where now even Sawo is pretty difficult to kill. It's not like they were trying to stack up a high level of Sky Piercers as well for the side of Arrow 4-4, so there's no guarantees at this stage.
Look at Natko though. Up top he goes, trying to go for this clear on the base turret. Nah. This Lord will be just more gold into the pockets of Team Spirit, unfortunately, for Vamos. Could have been worse, could have been Team Spirit with the Lord.
Agreed. But now we look at the items, right? Just one more time here. Maximum build already gone for Clawhood. One item missing here for the side of Sunset Lover, but he's almost there. But the Wishing Lantern, very useful against the frontliners from the side of Team Spirit, especially when you're trying to deal with this Atlas overall. But until we start seeing some more magic resist, it's going to be tough.
All right. So now with the full items on Hiko, it's all about those item swaps now for Hiko up against Natko. Wind of Nature, Rose Gold, the Immortality, it's all about that. And it comes down to really just the frontliners. Can they bait out these skirmishes? Can they bait out these resources? Because at this point, it kind of becomes a battle of Sawo versus Klokun and Ziki, right? It's all about those setting tools and how they utilize it.
Exactly. And technically, you would imagine that there would be more of an advantage for Zeke and Klokun because that's two completely separate engage tools that do exactly the same thing. And yet, Sawo has been finding some premium picks overall.
Hey.
I get another one.
Oh, Fatal Links catches Saurigo is Klokun! The battle of the sets, it's Klokun that wins it out. Now it's Error with immobilization. SOD lands as well, but Natko is going to take it. A Purify out already. Now as Crimson Beacon gets used up to disengage. Hiko trying to counter out. Seakeep again! This time it's a Wrath of the Dryad.
Oh my goodness. This has been great stuff. This has honestly been a crazy game of not only cat and mouse, but just throwing the ball at each other and catching it every single time. As soon as you fumble, it's an instant tackle. Oh, and now Vamos looking to get one more inhibitor here. Could they stagger this? No, Zara up in 13.
Error gets away in time. The mini waves in the mid lane is looking good for Vamos right now. As Hiko pops into Blazing Wind and the Purify out of the Fatal Links. Sawo with the basic Battle Links as well. Sunset with a shutdown right now. Wind of Nature gets popped in right now by Hiko, but it's going to be the Immortality. That's a bit too late for Hiko. Zaur's back up. He jumps back in. Immobile for Error as they go straight for the base. Zaur's trying to clear it out right now, but Natko stays focused on the crystal. Vamos make it to the knockout stage.
And there you have it, Vamos! Oh my goodness, with such momentum and a quick reset, they take the game back 2-0, but they have to fight for every single inch of it. What a game coming out from Team Vamos. And of course, Team Spirit, they're gonna have to go back to the drawing board here because again, as soon as they adapted in draft number 2, that early game is something that they gotta focus on here. Because goodness gracious me, this meta is so punishing.
It's all about punishing, man. We were talking about these setting tools and how it's going to be big at the later stage of the match. And we saw back-to-back Fatal Link steal by Clockwood, finding Zaur, and then the Wrath of the Dryad by Zeke that catches Kid Bomba, who had already used the Purify, baited out by Natko.
Such a complicated game, because if we're not talking about the simple things of just the abilities, what about just looking? Where do you look in the middle of these team fights if you are one of the two? For Zeke, it's a lot easier, especially if he has that flicker. But for Clockwood, it's all risk and very little reward unless he hits some priority targets, and he catches Zaur right at the end. You can't expect a better game than this at this point, truly.
The layering, the drama, the comeback potential of Spirit after some famosable moments, but a good way to close it out. To erase the doubts as well that people have had for Vamos. You know, they've been great in skirmishes, they are amazing mechanically, but can they close it out when it matters most?
Oh man, we gotta get the final thoughts here, and especially with an interview with Rose up on stage with, of course, Arrow 404.
Is going to Team Vamos. And over here we have Arrow 404, who looks rather poised and calm after that clean sweep up against Team Spirit. How are you?
I'm feeling really happy. Yeah. Now, you know what? Let's talk about this game. We know that coming into this game, there was a little bit of history with Team Spirit, as they were the one to actually end the journey of Team Vamos back in M6. After today's win, dropping them to the lower brackets, do you feel somewhat fulfilled, successful, satisfied?
Yeah, I'm super satisfied because it's like we have a sense of redemption against them. Yeah.
Wow. You know, I know that a lot of the Malaysians are super duper proud of you guys entering this journey, especially back at home, even here in the arena. We have the audience. Do you feel extra motivated to have this kind of support here in Paris?
Yeah, there's a lot of Malaysian fans here, so we are really motivated to win.
Okay, I got a question, right? As you guys enter the knockout stages, you have the opportunity to actually pick your opponents from the lower bracket. I know it's still rather early, but who do you want to actually meet if that team does go to the knockouts?
There's a lot of choices, but I would like to face either Vitality or Falcons.
Oh, okay. You are right, though, because after this match, Vitality and Falcons will be going up against each other, so one will have to fall. Is there any reasons as to why you want to meet either Vitality or Falcons?
Because both of the team have idol jungler. Yeah, Nile and KTZ for me.
Both of it are your idolas, your idols. Okay, you know what, Era 404? I just have to ask you a message for the Malaysians watching here in the arena and back at home.
So thank you to all the fans that have came all the way here to Paris to support us, and also watching online. Thank you for all the supports, and we'll do our best in the knockout stage.
Congratulations once again, an amazing win. That's it from us over here at the stage, showing it back to you guys at the studio to break down what happened in this series.
Thank you, Rose. Team Vamos move on into our knockout stage as the first team to book their ticket. And that does mean that Team Spirit will fall to that lower bracket. They're going to be facing off against Guangzhou Gaming, who also fell to that lower bracket as well. It's going to be an interesting one, guys, because you know, one of my favorite things to look at is the stories behind these teams. We talked about Malaysia. We talked about SRG being the team that is clearly out in front in terms of the conversation. Yep. But when it comes to this, you know, Team Vamos, they had something to prove, and nice to, I would say maybe they proved it just there.
They did. It got a little dicey though, man. I mean,
it was almost Vamosable.
It was almost Vamosable.
The moment the casters start to glaze them a bit too much, they start dying one by one. I'm like,
He's like, hey guys, hold on that glazing right now, because they got really close. Yeah. And they wanted to prove a point. I think this is a great win for them because this is Team Vamos, a team that maybe some people counted out to go ahead and give a 2-0 against a team like Team Spirit. That's a huge statement.
I mean, if we're talking about story, I would say people look at Team Vamos and say they're going to be the first team to get knocked out, right? First team to get eliminated. Wow. But then it switched up. They're the first team to actually qualify to the knockout. So that's a huge statement. And even in the interview, Vamos themselves said that they are also disappointed, ashamed, the fact that Malaysia only looks to SRG. So they wanted to make sure that Vamos as an organization and the players playing on stage, that they can confidently say, like, guys, we are here too. Support us. We can make it all the way.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. And you look at how smart this draft was. I mean, you get Esmeralda, you get Herrera, you get Belleric, you get Moskov. A lot of times these four characters are banned or early prime. Yeah. You had a really good setup in both drafts, Naisu.
Yeah, I love this because you have key picks here for the heroes, but there was some hero plays, I would say, for this one. Because as it was starting to slip out of the hands of Vamos, some key plays, those in for Klakun especially, to go ahead and get that lockdown on Zara Egos was massive because, you know, it was Team Spirit knocking on the doors again of the base of Team Vamos, but a couple plays brought it back in their favor, and then they capitalized on that.
And I would say that's one of the key features of extremely good players, because it's one thing to do your job well. It's another to have that clutch gene. And Klakun definitely showed that one by picking up the Fatal Links. And the moment they got Zara Egoist, I feel like the call was, they won't have enough damage. There's no burst. Natko, you hit your SOD, jump in, everyone goes in, ends the game. Like,
I ain't got no limit, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm limitless. I ain't got no limit, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm limitless. They can stop me now, yeah, that's right. 'Cause I'm limitless. It's my time.
Clockland, that was his MVP moment.
Did we have any information gathered around this Harara Ling matchup? Two junglers at the top of their game. Arrow 404 was a masterclass in whatever he did. But how do we feel about Harara Ling? You prioritizing one or the other now, or still in the same spot?
I think we've seen a lot of more cool plays or cooler things happen with the Hirara just because of the nature of her kit. You know, especially when players decide to go and pick up a Sky Piercer. I mean, whether they have a Sky Piercer or not, the things you can do with the Hirara are. It almost feels like it's unlimited, but it's really dependent on the players themselves.
Yeah, I really feel like when it comes to those neutral objectives like the Turtle as well as the Lord, Hirara has higher base damage, making it easier for her to actually secure that one. So that I'm going to give the victory over to Hirara. When it comes to mobility, it would be like Ling has a little bit more range, so able to get targets further away. But as we see, Hirara impacts the team fight quite a bit, and it's harder to catch a Hirara than the Ling, and I feel like that's the biggest point.
Yeah, she's blending in really well to these team fight compositions, and it was amazing to see kind of all of these storylines start to bubble up here. Again, I had mentioned earlier that it was $65,000 on the line. That's actually only for Team Spirit, who's going to go and play that matchup and still have a chance to stay alive. They'll have earned that, but $100,000, I believe, gained for getting into the knockout stages. Team Vamos got to be happy about that.
They got to be happy.
More than NPL. In terms of what they got in MBL,
Yeah, technically. That's why it's such a big deal. You know, we heard it in the interview for these players. They want to help their families, and that's how you do it.
Now that's a turner. I gotta say that wasn't really an upset because we did say both teams are like. It's hard to call for both of them, but the fact that Vamos won 2-0, and I would say especially in game number 1, I think that's going to create a lot of conversation moving up into MSC because Team Liquid lost, SRG lost, and now Vamos is showing up.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, yeah, this MSC is turning to become a very interesting international.
I'm glad I didn't predict, by the way.
You could have gotten in trouble. I would have gotten in trouble there as well. Obviously, just expectations, just keeping things fun. Well, we got more expectations coming up. Let's take a look at today's schedule because, of course, we just saw Team Vamos and Team Spirit. We also had a chance to see Guangzhou Gaming take the win. They stay alive. True Rippers, our first team to go home. We will be sending another team home, but not yet. Team Falcons Meta Ignite Gaming is that one, and we'll have to wait to the end of the day to see more drama. Team Vitality and Team Falcons PH coming up next, though. Guys, that's going to be a banger as well.
I'm not calling that one.
Yep, we're not.
Good thing you're not even touching that.
No.
Not with a 30-foot pole.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, I've been known for cassacres, so I feel like if I say the team is going to win, there's going to be a lot of DMs.
They're coming for you.
So, you know what? Mouth zipped.
Hey,
locked.
We're not here, at least.
Oh, yeah, we're not.
We're not going to be here.
We're going to have lunch.
Yep.
And enjoy the game.
Two different guys.
Okay. All right. I was going to say, I think if Mirko was up here, he would say one team over the other.
No, he also
sure.
had a caster
He
curse.
will also be afraid.
He's also got a cast. I think almost most casters have some sort of.
No, you have that year 1, year 2 naiveness where you're like, I'm okay. I'm okay. But then after year 2, you're like, never again. I will never make a prediction.
I am scared.
Right.
I have fear. Okay. All right. Hesitant to make the predictions. That's okay. We don't worry about those predictions when you're playing MLBB. Just go out there and have fun. The good news about it, if you've been checking into some ranked games like I have over these last couple of days, you'll notice in the shop there's a brand new collaboration with one of the oldest and most classic games of all time. That's, of course, Street Fighter and MLBB. Check it out.
Human body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
Did you know that all AI detectors aren't created equal? Here's why Quillbot stands out for writing your work. Quillbot analyzes your sentence structure, context, and original meaning of your content. Because it's been tested and was ranked for 99% accuracy on the RAID benchmark leaderboard, you can trust it to protect your voice on the job. Upgrade to Quillbot Premium and get unlimited AI detection today.
Choose from thousands of realistic voices to use in your content. Change the way you record podcasts, voiceovers, and branded content with the #1 AI-powered voice generating technology. Stop searching for the perfect voice and stop wasting time re-recording take after take. Try 11 Labs for free and start elevating your content today.
He can come in here and play my game. He knows nothing. Let's go!
Tyler Wine, you're done.
We did it. Back-to-back champions. You think you can do it?
If we did it in MPL, I think we can do it here also. That's overly ambitious, don't you think?
The mid-season cup at EWC makes its third appearance, and for the first time in MLBB history, the prestigious stage arrives in Paris on European soil. Awaiting the 25 teams from 15 regional qualifiers is a monumental $3 million prize pool and crucial club championship points. MSC opens with the group stage, where 15 qualified teams and one team from the wildcard qualifier will be split into 2 groups of 8. Both groups will compete in a double elimination bracket, where 2 wins secure a spot in the knockout stage, while 2 losses send teams home. The top 4 teams from each group will advance to the knockout stage. More unforgiving than ever, the knockout stage puts everything on the line. In this single elimination bracket, teams will clash in a best-of-5 series throughout the quarterfinals and semifinals. For those denied a place in the grand finals, one final battle remains, a chance to secure a podium finish and claim an additional $100,000 in the third place match. Here, one moment can change everything. One mistake ends the dream, one clutch play creates a legend, and at the end of it all, 2 teams remain. One final series in a best-of-7, all for the grand prize of $1 million. One chance to rise above the rest. Who will become legendary? Who will prove unstoppable? 2 champions, 1 game. This is MSC at EWC 2026.
Welcome back to MSC at EWC 2026. We're here in France having a great time as 2 matches have just gotten underway. As we begin Series 3, more upper bracket, $100,000 for that top 8 spot at least guaranteed. And that means one of these 2 teams are going to be very happy about this result. One team will go down to the lower bracket and fight the winners of the next series. My name's Randy. I'm joined by a new but very familiar panel to all of the MLBB community, Renmar and Trex. Hey guys, how you doing? Renmar, we were in the backstage. You were talking about those drafts. How you been feeling about today so far?
Oh, very happy. I think my sentiments towards the drafting and the unique choices still remains. People are still getting creative, but some teams proving that sometimes the safest, most viable pick can't go wrong, and they're doing really well with it.
Trex, you were down there casting a little bit. You've been on the desk. You've been all over the place. It's day 3. What have you picked up on heading into this match?
I think today things are starting to get regulated a little bit. Things are starting to calm down a little bit. Not as crazy in terms of draft as what we saw the past few days. But we'll see. We still have 2 great games ahead of us, and anything can happen.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll see. And of course, today, and in this series specifically, our 3rd series of the day, there's a lot of important storylines. So important that we had to give this one our Crunchyroll storyline of the day. It's the Maestro versus the KDA Machine. Of course, when you talk about the Maestro, I mean, there's really only one person to say, Renmar.
Yeah, man, it's Moreno for Team Vitality, and you really see why he is the Maestro for the team. I think he really earned that, especially the previous season of MPL ID, where they became champions, how he placed the juice in, and how the symphony and the orchestra that is Team Vitality just looks so much better when Moreno's leading the charge.
Loyalty as well, a big name, finally getting them to this position. Talk to me on the other side of this matchup and this story with the KDA Machine, Trex.
I mean, he's got the name for a reason, and this is going to be a big match for Vitality. And there's a reason why this is the match of the day, in a sense. The anime battle, what we've all been waiting to watch. And it's even...
Winning the war without fighting, sir.
कौन है तुम्हारा नया एसेट? निकालो अपनी ट्रिक हैट में से कोई बंदर या खरगोश।
तो नाम है कमरान बख्श। मेरे लिए छोटी-मोटी जासूसी करता है।
Why only Kashmir when we can have more?
अगर हमें नहीं पता चला कि ये लोग आगे क्या करने वाले हैं, तो तू गया काम से।
मेरा मशवरा है कि हम एक्शन लें और आवाज भी न हो।
हम एक और जंग एफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते।
Even bigger because it's a deciding match, right? Yep. One of these teams will move forward, and one of these teams are going to have to fight for life in the lower bracket after today.
It's going to be a big run and an important run as well. Every moment here can decide your fate. One draft, one pick, one setup for a Lord fight that goes awry or goes your way could be the difference between $100,000 and maybe even $1 million if you can make it all the way up. Renmar, stakes are super high, but focusing in on this Vitality roster, you know, there's just so many players to pick up from that can make an impact today.
Yeah, I mean, we've already discussed Moreno, but I think you really have to look at Eman. Eman against Super Marco in the gold lane is going to be a battle for sure. These are 2 gold laners who do not want to lose the gold lane. There are some gold laners who just want to stabilize things, make sure they get their farm, but these 2 really want to win.
Well, I love that you highlighted Eman. We've got 5 players on Vitality that are going to hopefully make a big impact coming into this set. And whether it's Niall, whether it's Moreno, whether it's Eman, you know that Vitality's story is going to be very, very special. With a series that has so much money on the line, but so much pride for this organization and this team, we had a chance to sit down and talk with Niall about his impact heading into this series.
We're now here with Niall from Team Vitality. Niall, yesterday we saw, I think, a quote from you. Top 3 junglers in MSC. It looked like your name wasn't on that list.
Because they say it excluded me.
Oh, okay. But if we had to include you, what would your top 3 be?
1, me, Nanael. 2 is TNG. Rest of it, no one.
Oh, so not even Kyle, no Carl, no one, just you and TNZ?
I'm talking based on scrims, right? Based on scrim, for me, only TNG is matching my scrims level. You know, like not tournament level, like scrims level.
Oh, okay. So
Wait, you called yourself Nanail, so do we call you Nanail too?
Up to you
Or
guys.
Nile?
Up to you guys.
Which one do you like more?
I prefer both. It's okay.
Oh, so both can?
Yeah.
Okay. But what do you prefer in the assassins in the jungle? I mean, we see a lot of Lings, we see a lot of, Hiraras, but what if those two get banned? What do you choose next?
I mean, I still have Fanny, Nolan, and one more secret assassin.
One more secret assassin.
It was flashy also.
Oh, because earlier on we saw a Saber in the jungle. What did you think about that?
Saber?
Yeah.
Speaking of them.
The one before this match, I forgot as well. I have bad memory, guys.
I think Saber is not fit in this meta, I think.
Oh, okay. So more assassin.
Yeah.
Do you think the tanks in the jungle still might work?
Absolutely, because if we play tank jungle, it will become more easier, I think. The game, it's not complicated.
Oh, okay. So, Niall, we gotta ask you, I think someone's asked you this before, but we want to get you on camera here for the main broadcast. What difference do we have for you? Back from M4, and now you're here. What makes you you now?
First of all, I've been through a lot, for example, I'm losing my brother or something like that. So it gets me humble right now. It's just that. And maturity, yeah.
So does that mean that you're also doing this for your brother?
Yeah, of course. That's my number one motivation right now since MPL.
Okay, so everyone's rallying behind that. That's a really good motivation, Niall. So you're motivated. Are you confident as well up against one of the biggest teams here at MSC?
For us, whoever the enemy is, we are so confident against everything, and we prepare the same thing for everyone. No special.
Okay, that's what we like to hear. By the way, you keep coughing. Are you okay?
I'm good, but it's just cough, because of that thing, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Get well soon as well
Thank
for
you.
your next match. Hope I get to see you after. And there you have it. That's Niall. Back to you guys.
We won't talk about what that thing might be. However, I will say that it is an amazing journey to witness Niall just being open about his brother and the maturity needed to go through this process now after him for being here at MSC. Wishing them all the best, and honestly, what a journey. That's just a human experience, and sending lots of love his way. Of course, when it comes to the game, there's another element to start picking up on, and the teammates and how they fit with Niall. He said that it would fit with tank jungle. And also, as you see here, Eman says he misses competing against Super Marco on stage, expecting that it might be one of the hardest matchups that he's going to face, and maybe even hard to beat. So that's going to be on display. You mentioned that as well, Renmar.
Yep.
Just that matchup, something you're keeping a close eye on.
Oh yeah, I hope it's going to be exciting. I hope they both don't realize, hey, this guy also wants to fight. Let's just play it safely. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see safe. I want to see them burning their flickers early on, being aggressive, getting that win in lane.
Going for the kill. Trex, the pacing of a game like this, when you're in the upper bracket, do you feel that the approach is, let's take some risks, we can lose, we could even lose twice and still have a chance to stay in this? Or do you go with a little bit more cautionary?
I think, as what we're seeing today, is some of the teams that survived yesterday, some of the teams that won. It's less about where they're at in the bracket and more just about the teams themselves. I think we're going to see a slower pace game, possibly. It's what we've been seeing earlier.
Yeah, it is.
And that's kind of where we're getting to that true play style of what's going to win you games. And knowing Falcons and the way they like to play, even Super Marco, for example, sometimes it takes him a little bit of time. He wants to farm up until he's got those items he needs in. And then it's bulletproof Marco time, right? Then it's, I'm going to come in,
power up
touchable.
Marco.
Yeah, exactly. So
it can feel like the end of the world when you don't have the right video assets. So that's why I use Envato. So my original scenes go from looking like this to having the most cinematic assets ever. I can even use an epic AI narration.
Will's creative workflow got so powerful with Envato that it caused an apocalyptic event here in New York.
With epic music, stock video, AI tools, and any other kind of asset, Envato is an all-in-one creative toolkit that I think you should subscribe to.
Since the dawn of time, stories have connected us. Open art brings the tools to the storytellers of today. Creating a character is simple, whether it's from a sentence or a single image. Open art brings your vision to life. But that's just the beginning. Once your character is created, you can use it in any story or setting with perfect consistency. With OpenArt's 3D pose editor, you can adjust your character's position and movements with ease. Want to take it further? Seamlessly place your character into any scene or background. The future of storytelling starts with you. OpenArt brings your ideas to life in ways you never imagined.
I love it. I love to see it, and we're going to see how that matchup goes as well. Keep your eye on that. Also, we talked about the KDA machine in Haji, who is here for Team Falcons PH. There are stories along all of these members' journeys, but we had a chance to speak with Ogwin heading into this one.
It's Eterna here with Ogwin. Ogwin, what's going on? You okay? Everything fine?
Yeah, all good, all good.
All good? Any nerves coming through? I mean, you have so much experience. I mean, do you still feel nerves at this point?
I don't think so. Just the interview.
Just the interview. What is up with players and interviews? Why are you so scared of the camera?
I guess the surprise questions.
Oh, the surprise questions. Don't worry. All the questions are nice today. Just for today. But Ogwin, moving on. There are a lot of, sentiments out there, maybe mostly from like the community and maybe some casters from different regions, that it looks like the meta is shaped in a way that it may favor ID teams over the Philippines. Do you agree with this?
I think I agree because the ID teams are really good in their mechanics, especially in this meta right now. All of the assassins are buff, so it's really hard. It's really hard to play utility jungles right now.
So do you think that may be the reason why TLPH lost yesterday? What did you think about that match? Were you surprised? Were you shocked?
I think it's a 50-50 match because we screamed in Turkey. They're really good as well, so I think it's all just in the meta in the favor of Turkey, and they have like a poison picks, so they really got TLPH.
Okay, so it's about the picks. So that was Coach Midnight. You know Coach Midnight?
Yeah.
You have something to say to Coach Midnight? Midnight, no, Midnight. But speaking of the meta, the roamers are shaping up to be quite interesting. What do you like the meta? What do you think about the meta for the roamers?
For the roamers, I think it's quite simple. You just need to soak damage and that's it. Especially when you play Beleric and Atlas.
Okay.
So a lot of crowd control. So I think it's really good for the roamers right now.
So crowd control and soak damage. Does your staple Minotaur fit in this?
I think Minotaur is also in pocket picks, and it works really well against some champs like Beleric and Atlas. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna, keep an eye on those picks. But do you think the supports have a place in this meta right now, or just more so like the chunky boys in the roaming?
I think there's a place in utility roamers, especially when you have utility jungle. But there's Hirara in Link, so it's really a hard time to pick it up right now.
Okay.
You need to be careful before picking those.
So there's a lot of considerations that needs to come into play. And obviously you're up against Vitality next. Do you have maybe a message for them before you get in?
Good luck and have fun, and we will try our best to not lose.
Try their best not to lose. I like that's confidence, right? Is that confidence? I'm not sure. Well, we're going to throw it over back to you. Thank you so much, Ogwin.
Trying their best to not lose. It's not soccer. It's not football. So I think a draw isn't available here, guys. I think that means win?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
if you look at it a certain way, I mean, they're going to try to win.
Yeah, well, we'll see it. I mean, Trex, there were kind of two different thoughts on that meta as well. A little bit where Tank Assassins could work, we heard from Niall, but also, like, he's saying, no way, that's not going to work on this side with Ogwin. I mean, we have not seen Tank Assassins here so far.
I mean, the Tank Junglers.
Yeah, to the Tank Junglers. Tank Junglers.
Sorry, yep.
I think, again, I said it yesterday, I've been saying it for the past 2 days, the meta is still unraveling. We still got a lot of layers to go. We saw yesterday, the Rafaela work, which me and Redmar were theory crafting that on day one, and the possibility of that coming in, day two, it comes in, it works. There is still a lot to see, I think, from MSC. So we'll see how it goes. I don't want to make any hard calls yet, but I do think Utility Jungler could possibly make a comeback, especially with something like a Wrath behind it.
Yeah, and real quick, Niall even teased assassin we haven't seen yet that's equally flashy. I'm trying to go through the list in my head. I wonder who it is.
Poison picks, he called. Midnight Hat. I mean, do they have a poison pick in an assassin we haven't seen?
Let's see, man. The org and the boys playing there, they have the identity and the DNA for it, so for sure.
I also like the call about the Minotaur. We saw that a little bit earlier in the set prior to us. Didn't end up working out, but we did see the impact of the Belleric and the Atlas. You got to look at these two teams and say that there is so much on the line and so many stories. We set it up, and it was obviously somebody who was trying to make this happen in Team Vitality, their mid lane matchup, and of course seeing if Haji or Moreno can get the better end of it. We're about to kick it off onto our stage to begin this Series 3, which might just provide a champion. Who knows? We'll see how the gameplay goes.
M-dashes? Nah, I don't think so. Generic AI phrasing? Absolutely not. Corporate buzzwords? Eliminated. AI Detector helps you spot the moments where your writing stops sounding like you. So when you hit publish, your voice is still the thing people remember. AI Detector, the final check before you check out.
Get managed hosting for WordPress from only 139 rupees per month in the Hostinger Monsoon Sale. With 77% off plans, it's the perfect time to launch your idea online for a low cost. No agency fees, simple to set up and fully managed with the first AI agent for WordPress.
With Hostinger, it's simple. Anyone can build a website.
Create your WordPress website today.
Yes, my friends, this third series has a lot on the line for two teams that you would not be surprised to see in our grand final. But first, Rose, my dear, you look like a very proud mom in our post-game interview.
I think the reason for that is because a lot of the people and a lot of our audiences actually call me like kind of the Southeast Asian mother to the players. Because, come on, how can you not be so proud? It's just like a tiny little boy answering interviews. So happy.
This is why we're here, right? To see those stories growing. And now we have another story to tell in our upper bracket. Please join me in welcoming Team Vitality! The hometown heroes made a buzzing entrance into the MSC 26 group stage. Their harvest has been bountiful so far, but the real juicy pollen awaits in the knockout stage. Is this run meant to be, or will they be left behind? We're about to find out.
Oh, wow, I love the bee puns in there.
They're the buzzing bees, that's how it is.
And of course, going up against the buzzing bees, it's none other than Team Falcons Philippines! Taking it one step at a time, Team Falcons Philippines wants to reclaim dominance on the international stages. With only the MSC trophy missing from their cabinet, they are ready for whoever they will face.
I think it's heating up in here between these two.
You know what, boys? You may place your keys and take your seats. And of course, our captains, don't forget on that little handshake, fist bump, or whatever it may be in the middle.
Pull it right over. There we go. All
it's coming.
On in.
All right. They are good friends, but you know, in the land of Dawn, everybody's the enemy. Thank you very much, Milosh. You know what? I think it's time to hit this to the desk. Let's go, guys.
Thank you so much, Rose and Milosh. It's Team Vitality versus Team Falcons PH. It's time to see if this team has what they think the mechanical prowess of Indonesian teams versus the classic stature of Philippine squads here in Team Falcons. Bryn Mawr, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. And I have to admit, this is going to be a very difficult match for me. Why? Because in many years, I have been very honest with my professed love for Vitality as an organization and my professed love as Falcons being my favorite team from the Philippines. So I don't know where I'm getting pulled towards, man. I was cheering for Vitality. I was cheering for Falcons. This feels like the MWI Grand Finals all over again for me, bro.
That was me yesterday with Aurora versus TLPH.
All right. Yeah. Just to remind you guys before we jump into this one, My Champions. 2 champions, 1 pick. You can grab your My Champions pick and pick your dual champions and win 50,000 diamonds. Make sure to scan that QR code with your tablet or your phone and get going because the event lasts until July 27th and it is currently live.
I'm trying to think now. I wonder how crazy we're going to get with the trade and the roam, or are we just going to have to double down on the fact that it's just going to be Atlas and Bellary?
Well, we have had a few games where we've seen Atlas banned out.
Yeah.
Which means Bellaric most likely gets banned out as well unless it's red side looking for the Bellaric pick.
Yeah.
My question is, when do we start seeing the Ling and the Harara on the ban list, and is that something that's going to happen? I feel like they've both been so powerful, so game-deciding, that at some point they may enter into the list. Almost even more important than the Freya.
Yeah.
Because Freya's been slowly leaking in as well.
Yeah. I posted something this morning about how crazy the trade is for EXP. You have Freya, Phovius, Esmeralda, Paquito, Barrett. I'm pretty sure there's a name I'm missing out there, but there's so many options that you have to consider in terms of like the topics you want to chase. And then going back to the jungle, it's like Nile, it's Kyle, it's okay, their names rhyme. They're also really good with assassins for both of them.
In denial?
Yeah. In denial. I like that. So how are they gonna balance making sure they have assassins available for their own team while still taking out the other? Because if you name them all out, the Fanny, the Ling, especially Fanny, Kyle and Nile would both want to really go for those two. The Hirara that Trex mentioned. It seems like just looking at the jungle picks alone is going to be tough. So this is why I go back to the roam. Will we see an earlier prioritization for something like the Cho? Will Hilda somehow make a comeback as a means to invade the jungle a little bit more? That's where my brain's going through.
Notably, we didn't see Cho at all in that first series.
Yeah.
And what...
मम्मी के साथ वो क्यों किया उन लोगों ने?
आपके साथ हुआ ऐसा कुछ?
एक ही बेटा है, अब तो बस आंकड़ा बोलिए।
This is crazy. There's one design that everyone is using. Same layouts, same fonts. How can customers tell your business apart when the internet tries to fit you into a box? Your business is one of a kind. So ask for a unique design and watch it appear. Designs, slides, sites, apps, animated videos, customized for you. For everyone else, there's sameness. For you, there's Replit.
Has been missing in the first 2 days is him as a pick. Atlas was heavily prioritized, either banned or immediately first picked, which opened up the Bellaric. He was banned alongside the Bellaric, like you said, Trex, earlier on as well. What has been happening, though, more so today, has been Eudora getting banned instead of getting prialed on that first 2. And, of course, Freya also the first ban as well. So maybe that's a little bit of a different evolution of the draft, Trex.
Some of those things that are becoming more of a problem, right? Because the Eudora, it doesn't matter what assassin you pick, it'll always do well against it. Even if there's no Ling, even if there's no Harara, Eudora will always have a place there. outside of that, we talked about the Cho a little bit. You know, I think Cho got a little exposed the other day. The Ruby was just a beautiful answer to it. And the Ruby's not something that's going to get banned out in first phase, meaning it always has a quick response. And normally if you're going to lock in the Cho, you might just lock it in that first phase, which means unless you're a last pick red side, that P3, most likely I don't think we're going to see the Cho anytime soon.
Yeah, we saw it go well for Keyboy, but it also went badly yesterday.
Very up and down.
Yeah, it's up and down.
It's either going to work or it's going to ruin your draft.
Yeah, that's why you really have to prepare for it, I think. If any of these two would want to pick up something like the Cho. But then if you're Falcons, you're also looking at someone like Finn and acknowledging that he is one of the best Atlases in the world. He tore through MPL ID with that pick. And then now, so far, he's done a great job here at MSC EWC with the Atlas. So I think it's in consideration for taking it away from him, or you open the Valentina so that Vitality picks up the Atlas, and you pick up the Valentina for Haji.
Here goes that Ling ban though. So now Falcon on the gun of, do we ban out the Harara?
Right.
Or do we go for a possible trade? Because there's not much left with the Freya gone, the Eudora gone. I feel like at this point you have to ban the Harara. And then we finally get the answer of, what's left after that? Do we get one of those picks up front?
I think you can leave the Herrera open, because if ever it's Herrera Fanny, that becomes a trade.
Fanny, yeah, I guess you have to leave it, and that's the trade.
And they take away the Atlas, actually.
Fanny's kind of, but you know you're going to have to pick it early.
Yeah.
Which means if Vitality says, we're going to take the Herrera, we know we get to get 2 immediate answers to your Fanny.
Yeah. Well, they've got a chance to grab the Fanny here. We'll see how much they prioritize it on the Team Vitality. We know that Harara's also available, so if Niall feels confident in that matchup either way, they don't have to force their assassin pick here, their jungle pick here, and they could try to prio something else. With Atlas gone, does Belleric become more important?
Oh, for sure. But I think if ever, it'll be Falcons will be incentivized to pick it up as one of the first 2 picks red.
Honestly, yeah, Belleric could just be up front, because either way, you get the Harara or the Fanny or something else. You get one of the 2 power assassins.
Regardless.
It's not worth... They go for it anyway, so they take the Harara.
Okay, so they get Herrera, then in terms of the theories that we've been making, then it's probably going to be like a Belleric plus a Fanny early on now.
Well, you take Fanny 3rd pick.
Yeah, you don't need it now.
So Belleric and...
Belleric +1. Atlas is gone. What are the other big names that I'm missing out on? There's always someone that I'm missing out on.
Belleric and an EXP here, maybe. Belleric
Is it exposing it? You know, if you have an EXP lane, like we've seen Barrett's banned, we've seen Paquito banned.
Yeah.
We've seen those be able to continually flex Paquito specifically in some double fighter compositions into the gold lane. Is that too early to grab something like that because you have more options? What's your idea, Trex? What's a good
I mean, a lot of time you do want to save that EXP. You see a lot of them save it for last, especially on blue side, but also sometimes you want to pick it up front. It really just depends on where they want to go from here. They go for the Valentina, a safe mid lane pick, something that's always going to be viable, and this still gives them some room to flex.
Mm-hmm.